Prynawn da, a chroeso I Gaerdydd. Good afternoon and welcome to Cardiff and to our 2023 graduation ceremonies. I'm Baroness Jenny Randerson and I'm the Chancellor of Cardiff University. And it's a real privilege to be here today to celebrate this momentous occasion with you all. May I offer a warm welcome to family, to friends, and to supporters, and of course to you, the class of 2023. Today we celebrate your extraordinary achievements. Llongyfarchiadau, congratulations. Acquiring a university education is no mean feat. So I commend you not only for securing a place at Cardiff University for a start, but also for the dedication and commitment that you've demonstrated to get here today. This success is only part of your story. Many of you joined us as the full force of the pandemic was being felt. Others may have been here for a year or two into their studies. But what we and you faced was a challenge on a level not seen since the Second World War. Throughout this difficult period, you, our students, have been quite wonderful. You have shown patience and understanding, as well as a willingness, determination, and tenacity to tackle whatever has been put in front of you. For this, you should be extremely proud, because everybody at Cardiff University is very proud of you. But don't forget that this is your ceremony today, and it recognises all of the hard work that you've put in and the culmination of your journey with us. And you leave here today knowing that you are now part of a very special family, the Cardiff University alumni community. And while you've been here, you've been taught by world-leading scholars, some of the brightest minds on the planet. And now it's your turn. Your Cardiff qualification tells the world that you're ambitious, passionate, that you have a brilliant mind, and you embark on the next stage of your journey with all of the confidence that that brings. For some of you, of course, today will be tinged with sadness as you say goodbye to Cardiff. This vibrant, colourful and diverse city has been the backdrop to your journey through university. But of course, the charm and character of Cardiff is difficult to give up, and some of you will have already decided to stay and call Cardiff home, at least for the foreseeable future, either through work or further study. Either way, as you cross this stage in a few moments and step foot outside the front door of this auditorium, you will be doing so as a Cardiff graduate. Cardiff University will always be your university. So wherever life takes you, we hope that you'll become a flag bearer for this great institution and carry forward our values of kindness and generosity of spirit. And we ask that you stay in touch, come and visit us often, and share your experience of Cardiff University with the wider world. And I want to thank the families and friends who have come to support our class of 2023 today. Your presence here makes the day even more special for them. Now, you are here because you are proud of their achievements. So as they cross the stage, please make sure that they notice that you are here. We need lots of loud and enthusiastic applause, please. Don't hold back. For now, to those who are graduating, I ask that you sit back, enjoy the ceremony, and savour the moment. I hope that we will add another special memory to the collection that you have grown over your time with us. And your graduation will be something you can fondly look back on in years to come. I now have the pleasure of introducing Hannah Pearce. Hannah will read the proclamation and a poem by Wales's inaugural national poet, Gwyneth Lewis. Many of you will have encountered Gwyneth's work before. It's in the form of the 6-foot-high letters outside the Wales Millennium Centre, thought to be the world's biggest poem. Gwyneth has been writer-in-residence at the University School of Physics and Astronomy and is now an honorary fellow of the university. And her poem education was especially commissioned by Cardiff University. So over to Hannah.
Education by Gwyneth Lewis. Feiddio, gwellhad o wneud. Myna geisio, parcha ddweud. Trawsnewidiad fydd dy glod, dy ddyfodol, mentro bod. Learning is a passport that returns you home a better person. It permits you to dare being daring, makes you secure with not knowing everything, helps you welcome some failure, forges an alloy with others' thinking. It is simple delight in mind and its motions, scintillates but isn't deceptive, admits the joy of institutes is the open road to everywhere but bigotry. It's the shortest distance between you and me, and if you're lucky, it never ends. I will now read the proclamation, first in Welsh and then in English. Nerth gwlad yw gwybodaeth. Boed hysbys i holl aelodau'r Brifysgol ac ar hyd a lled y byd fod cynulliad o Brifysgol Caerdydd yn cael ei gynnal heddiw ym mhrif ddinas Cymru. Wrth ddathlu cyflawniadau rhai sydd yn nosbarth 2023, fe hatgoffon o'i cyfrifoldeb i gyfrannu i werthoedd y Brifysgol hon. Nod iddynt hwy yw ceisio drwy y cyflawniadau wasanaethu lles pawb, ymdrechu i sicrhau rhagoriaeth ym mhob peth ac yn boeni am ddyfodol ein byd. Gwrandewch yn awchus ar ddoethineb, gan ei fod yn cynnig gobaith a gwirionedd ym mhob cenhedlaeth. Nerth gwlad i gwybodaeth. A nation's strength is in its learning. Let it be known to all members of the university and throughout the world that today, in the capital city of Wales, a congregation of Cardiff University is taking place. We celebrate the achievement of those in the class of 2023, and in doing so, remind them of their responsibility to share in the values of this university. It is for them to seek through their achievements to serve the common good, to strive for excellence on all things, and care for the future of our world. Be attentive to wisdom, for it offers hope and truth in every generation.
Prananda, good afternoon everyone. My name is Gina Dunn and it is my honour to address you as your Students' Union President. May your care ever be for the good name of our university and the well-being of our world. When we embarked on our university journey, the years we had ahead seemed like a lifetime. I'm sure most of you will agree that it feels like yesterday that we were dropped off at our university halls of residence, saying goodbye to our friends and family and feeling apprehensive about making friends, fitting in and starting our new journey at Cardiff. But what at the time felt like forever goes by in a blink of an eye, and before you know it, you're in a cap and gown, sat in St David's Hall, thinking about what the future may have in store. However, what we didn't know then is that we would be leaving Cardiff having become a member of a close-knit and supportive community. When I sat down to think about what made Cardiff the special university that it is, the first thing that came to mind was the community that we have built. The Cardiff community is like no other. Whether your time at Cardiff has been impacted by competing in a sports team, contributing to a society, overcoming barriers, whatever they might have been, or bonding with your friends on your course, you came part of a community that has shaped your time here, and a community that will, if you let it, shape your time after Cardiff. Being an alumni of Cardiff University opens you up to a network of fellow Cardiff students, some newly graduated, and some who have gone on to achieve great things, who can help you do the same, be it by making the most of our rich alumni network that Cardiff has to offer, or by staying in contact with your friends and peers, or by coming back and visiting the place where you had some of the best years of your life. That community feeling that Cardiff has given you during your time as a student does not have to end today. It is something that you can take with you wherever you go. When thinking about this speech, a quote stuck out to me. What matters in life is not what happens to you, but what you remember and how you remember it. No one could have anticipated the journey that you have all taken to get here, but one thing is for sure, you can be so proud that you are sat here today graduating as part of class of 2023. I hope that you can all remember how far you've come and how much you've achieved at Cardiff. It has been by no means an easy ride for you all, but it has been our diversity that has got us through adversity. So, whilst the future might look daunting now, remember this moment, take a deep breath, appreciate how far you have come, and realise how far that you can go. I hope you will go on to remember the journey you've had at Cardiff fondly and keep those memories close to your heart. But most importantly, please remember, you'll always have a home here at Cardiff. Thank you.
Pnawn da pawb, Colin Reardon dwi, is-ganghellor Brifysgol Cardiff. Well, good afternoon, everybody. As the Vice-Chancellor of Cardiff University, I'd like to add my own very warm welcome to you all, but particularly to our class of 2023 on this very special day. And we now come to the main part of the ceremony, where the students' names are read out and they come across the stage. And the Chancellor's already encouraged you to raise the roof, so please do that. But always remember to give a chance to the next name, so we need to be able to hear the next person. So just, a short burst of fantastic applause will be spot on. Now, once all the students for each group have crossed the stage and returned to your seats, I will ask you to stand. And at that point in the ceremony, it's a tradition of the university for me to say a sentence in Welsh to congratulate you on your achievements. And the Welsh sentence I'll use, when translated into English, means, on behalf of the university, I recognise your achievement with great pleasure and congratulations. So, we will now come to the presentation of students.
Prynhawn da, I'm delighted to be here today to present the class of 2023 from the School of Biosciences. It's a highlight of the academic school and the university calendar. We spent the last 3 years together in each other's company. We've had highs and lows. We've navigated through a pandemic, industrial action, the day-to-day contours of your studies. Your time as a student has been different to several other student groups, but what I want to say today is that we've navigated through all of this, and it's been a privilege to see you grow as soon-to-be graduates. How will we look back on these years? Well, we'll look back as resilience through a pandemic as a key part, but here are a few other memories. As a school, we're proud of introducing the Careers and Employability programme into the Biosciences curriculum through the University Student Futures. This includes sessions such as skills development, CV preparation, and interview techniques to help you with your future careers. We've also had an annual cultural event, Christmas quiz, things really aimed at building up that student community, which is great. And you yourselves have nominated, through the Enhancing Students' Lives Awards, many of our staff, and we've had several winners. So it's clear that you really appreciate the role staff has done. So our school is a top 20 biological sciences school within the UK University Guide. We're also ranked 8th for research power in the 2021 research assessment, and we're 27th in the world in terms of biological sciences by the Shanghai ranking. So you leave us knowing your school is really well recognised for its quality and knowledge of its teaching and research. I want to leave you with this thought. In May 2023, Bablin Mollick, a Cardiff Biosciences alumni in biochemistry, became the first individual of colour to become the Lord Mayor of Cardiff. So that's a fantastic achievement for one of our ex-alumni. So the world literally is your oyster in terms of what you will do next, and it will be great to see you doing that as you go out in the future. As you cross the stage today, you'll take with you these memories and more, along with your friendships that you've made. And really, you have our thanks for shaping and enriching our school and university community during this time. We've been inspired by you and your values, and now we're delighted to see you go out into the world and make a positive impact in many places that you live and work. So diolch, thank you, class of 2023. I will now call each of you to the stage. So, I, Professor Eshwar Mahenthralingam, introduce those for the degree of Bachelor of Science, class of 2023. Sarah Rose Adams. Lujain Yusuf Abdul Sulaiman. Zara Ibrahim Aldanin. Azila Al-Maskari. Raika Khalid Abdullah Al-Murami. Rehab Harib Al-Ghafri. Ashmi Almeida. Mahdi Alum. Taif Saif Ambuzadi. Pitkita Anthony Pillar. Chantal Henya Tigala Arangala. Gemma Armstrong. Emily Atkinson. Megan Anton. Cecilia Austin. Sohab Aoub. Catherine Elizabeth Martin Bailey. Lauren Rose Baker. Theon Bardsley. James Bateman. Poppy Bauer. Charlotte Jade Beecham. Trutha Ball. Kelvin Api Mensah. Trinita Biggs. Daisy Catherine Biglands. Ryan Bishop. Sally Bishop. Naomi Borelli. Jemiah Bound. Dionisa Bonpuli. Gizem Jade Boyer. Sarah Broom. Finian Brown. Lewis Bullock. Rowan Burnett. Isabel Alexandra Bushrod. Jacob Cameron. Anna May Capey. Madeline E. Carey. Regan Carlin. Eva May Khan. James Cave. Mahek Sharinia. Vlad Kiriak. Nina Chow. Elizabeth Louise Cleary. Miranda Collins. Emily Coleman. Thomas Caulfield. Benjamin Correll. Freya Cox. Sophie Cross. Gemma Crutchley. Elizabeth Curtis. Eliana Dagri. Jake Dart. Holly Catherine Datta. Emily Davis. Yasmin Day. Tristan Ashlyn Dickinson. Hannah Taylor Doe. Nikita Dowie. Lauren Jessamine Dunn. Peter Dyson. Alison May Edwards. Mohammed Edgar. Edidion Ekariko. Michelle Ellery Zobrado Elliott. Annabelle Emerson. Keleth Fionn Payne Evans. Molly Evans. Ryan Liam Evans. Georgia Ruth Everett Brown. Elizabeth Isles. Caitlin Farley. Bethany Barrow. Jessica Feeney. JJJR Flores. Sylvia Flores. Ashling Forbes. Neve Babs. Katie Ann Ford. Nicole France. Josh Francis. Ethan Fries. Hannah Gallery D. James Allen Gallagher. Amy Gaston. Chris Durantis. Catherine Gooch. Chanel Louise Goodman. Henry Goodwin. Saffron Gould. Finn Campbell Griffiths. Holly Rosamond Griffiths. Kerry Grindle. Amber Muhi Grindon. Benjamin Hales. Isabella Faye Halls. Caradog Hannah Davis. Carl Nicholas Hargreaves. Thomas Harries. Ellie Hawkins. Edith Healy. David John Heathcote. Amy Healing. Tobias Hill. William Hoen. Samuel Honey. Alexander Hopkins. Joseph Horsey. Eleanor Catherine Hosford. Emily Rose Hoskins. Yasmin Howard. Megan Elin Howardson. Jasmine Page Howe. Josephine Jennifer Howells. Charlotte Huggett. William Hughes. Shuan Yorgworth. Alice Bronwyn Jeffers. Anthony Jenkins. Dylan Jenkins. Ella Catherine Jennings. Dylan John. Isaac Johnson. Lucy Annabelle Johnson. Alana Jones. Amelia Jones. Mia Jones. Owen Hugh Jones. Thomas Sean Jones. Ludwika Jerkalienik. Hua Shampoo Ken Wingia. Holly Kaliski Wiseman. Sophia Natalie Cameron Zadar. Georgia Kerr. Ellie Kiff. Jagoda Kanaskwith. Luke Kuchensky. Hannah Kivika. Ishika Kumar. Nancy Louise Cootie. Wing Chi Elaine Kwok. Tom Lacey. Molly Late. Jessica Lane. Amy Megan Langdon. Isabel Rhiann Larkin. Eleanor Lavis. Alexandra Lee. Lara Josephine Lennon. Emma Lewis. Maya Lotzi. Ho Feng Lee. Nicole Jamie Long. Madeline Louis. Emily Lowry. Lorna Lumby. Catherine Main Wood. Elliot Mann. Zenobia Christina Marathbu. Olivia Marsh Williams. Rowan Samuel Masterman. Joseph McCaig. Rachel McKee. Eamon McRuder. Craig Mendes Martins. Rumessa Maya. Helena McHales. Nathan Mizalarek. Lily Miller. Isabella Mills-Smith. Caitlin Mary Muffet. Kafi Mohammed. Muzama Mohsin. Fatima Montero. Jacob Morris. Rose Mortimer. Nicoletta Musku. Muduchi Ryanel Ajuman Lashkavria. Elliot Munt. Natalie Mercia Sensorado. Evan Murray. Hannah Megan Murray. Emily Musgrave. Emma Nye. James Neiman. Cecilia Noble. Lauren Noble. Tabitha Oddy. Cefnod y Flerty Farrell. Sarah Agunka. William Alexander Oldale. Shannon O'Leary. Cerys Rose Oliver. Ewan O'Neill. Jeremy Apoku. Nicola Osborne. Nurea Othick. Golden, sorry. Jade O'Toole. Oshan Owen. Demi Owen Bauer. Sarita Pachabayaya. Matthew Luke Parhin Nathan Raj. Olivia Pays. Lara Peachy. Holly Pearson. Miles Graham Peck. Jessica Moon Pender. Will Penrose. Lynn Thu Pham. Catherine Mary Bibat Fithian. Julianne Pickard. Kelly Rose Poole. Eleanor Ann Postlethwaite. Oscar Dylan Thomas Powell. Simram Pakesh. Alistair Purvis. Dean Pym. Hedy Radi. Mason Rayson. Lauren Pearls Rees. Harjivan Kaur Rehal. Thomas Roach. Alice Roberts. Emma Hannah Robertson. Noah Robertson. Tamsin Rodriguez Griffiths. Anastasia Rushutar. Jed Rowe. Roshna Roy. Chloe Russell. Ruby J. Sacklin. Rahul Sargil. Amelia Sampson. Faye Ellen Sargent. Ruby Sani. Singra Saul. William Sartley. Ellie Shapland. Alexandra Shepherd. Harry Sherrington. Jeremy Mark Edward Silcox. Jed James, Judney Skilton. Libby Jean Smith. Tamia Rose Smith. Sarah Jane Smith. Emma Snedden. Meghna Paresh Solanki. Krishna Mahendra Soni. Jack Sprackling. Olivia Squire. Nancy Stevens. Bernard Stoker. Lucy Ann Stuckey. Emily Sturt. Iman Taghul. Alexandra Tanaka. Abby Taylor. Holly Taylor. Emily Thurkle. Daffyd Thomas. Freya Thomas. Grace Thomas. Gemma Tarinin Howie. Shannon Joyce Dunilly Toledo. Elena Trefu Stewart. Dex Trivett. Alice May Turner. Lydia Turner. Tobias Upham. Petra Varrock. Bo Miles Vincent. Madeline Walker. Ellie Warren. Annabelle Louise Watkin. Lillian Way. Rabia Wazir. Holly Ann Webb. Anna Elizabeth Weberly. Bethan Hilary Wells. Grace Welsh. Ella White. Ella Whiteford. Madeline Whitehurst. Eleanor Rachel Whitworth. Kayla Jade Wilkin. Chelsea Williams. Ellie Williams. Jessica Marie Janet Williams. Lydia Rose Williams. Zoe Wright. Ho Ting Wu. Sorry. Libby Sophie Yeoman. Seru Zhao.
I, Professor Hilary Rogers, introduce those for the degree of Master of Biochemistry for the class of 2023. So, Ewan Samuel Burge. Frederick William Clark. Lily Mae Fersen. Atraman Jazabar. Marius Menikou. Caitlin O'Connor. Alice Grace Pike. Rhys Williams. I, Professor Hilary Rogers, introduce those of the degree of Master of Biological Sciences for the class of 2023. Sophie Akers. Douglas Davis. Madeline Rose Davis. Will Dawson. Jacob Evans. Maggie Finlayson-Sykes. Amy Fordham. Charlotte Gregg. Caitlin Green. Nia Gregory. Vanessa Han. Chloe Ann Hanlon. Jacob Hartson. James Hope. Charlotte Legg. Joe Mitchell. Emma Jane Moss. Lou Palmer. Luke Richards. Alicia Thyssen. Max Toy. Samuel Walker. I, Professor Hilary Rogers, introduce those for the degree of Masters in Biomedical Sciences for the class of 2023. Matthew Bardsley. Solveig Becker. Hannah Chowdhury. Elliot Scott Charles Birch. Kim Colwick. Jacob Matthew Hill. Olivia Hope. Phoebe Kibble. Nesvidas Pakevis. Georgia Cameron Long. Ellie McCracken. Maria McLaughlin. Katie Annette Mumford. Megan Owen. Billy Richards. This is Katie Heather Mary Richards. Lisa Stevevla. I, Professor Hilary Rogers, introduce those for the degree of the Masters in Neuroscience for the class of 2023. Isabel Arrowsmith. Lauren Bailey. Eleanor Starr Burton. William Cairns. Cerys Mary Charles. Neve Divers. Elidad Weng Jose Hadi. Kieran Gael. Alexandra Hydrick. Sharon Kalinga. Mano Khan. Max Mitchell. Stevie Norton. Jessica Bryony Stoneman. Courtney Wood. Okay, that's great. So, thank you very much.
Would all the students who've just crossed the stage please stand? Ar ran y brifysgol, roi'n cydnabod eich cyrhaeddiad gyda phleser mawr. Llongyfarchiadau Lee. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you very much.
I, Professor Ian Weeks, introduce those for the degree of Master of Science for the class of 2023. Ollie Behrman. Rachel Louise Bolter. Tom Boyce. Nathan Burns. Rebecca Corley. Trent Cousins. Georgia Deacon. Shannon Filer. Amy. Alexander Griffiths. Samuel Christopher Jones. Georgia Ann Morris. Jordan Payne. Gemma Powell. Alicia Catherine Shaw. Adam Self. Kian Spillane. Matthew Stewart. Bob Tolcher. Rosalind Walkley. Edward John Woolley. I, Professor Ian Weeks, introduce those for the degree of Master of Philosophy for the class of 2023. Megan Abram. I, Professor Ian Weeks, introduce those for the degree of Master of Research for the class of 2023. Caitlin Alder. Catherine Bruce. Jack Hamilton Carpenter. Louis Cooper. Maria Edwards. Olivia Fitzpatrick. Teresa Lantelli. Henry Isherwood. David Manning. Charlotte Morgan. Ethan Poole. Imogen Tasker. Owen Trimming. Catherine Mary Webb. The Vice-Chancellor will now confer the award.
Will the students who've just crossed the stage please stand? Ar ran y Brifysgol, rwy'n cydnabod eich cyrhaeddiad gyda phleser mawr. Llongyfarchiadau Lee. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
The following students to be presented have achieved a doctoral degree, and in recognition of their achievements and research, they will be presented to the presiding officers, who will doff to them in return. I, Professor Weeks, introduce those who have received the Doctor of Philosophy. Rochelle Debbie Ahmed. Jack Bates. Amy Sarah Betteridge. Nicholas Bullock. Matthew James Combs. Zoe Deacon. Raki Dorjiwala. Rowena Diamond. Catherine Dunkley. Isa Paish. Samantha Maria Garay. Hannah Francis Ruth Herwood. Kimberly Marie Jones. Charlie Lovett. Elish McKinnon. Beth Mansfield. Guillermo Menendez. Fiona Rachel Messer. Menda Mohammed Menda. Catherine Mullen. Casey Parfit. Elise Keelan Victoria Rees. Anna Salvage. Mike Shuri. Nina Stobel. Louise Townsend. Terence Matthew Mark Trinker. Hannah Rose Tyson. Sophie Watson. Nina White. Catherine Whitty. Kashopla Wolves. Rebecca Elizabeth Young. Uraba Takala. The Vice-Chancellor will now confirm the achievement.
The students who've just crossed the stage, please stand. Ar ran y Brifysgol, rwy'n cydnabod eich cyrhaeddiad gyda phleser mawr. Llongyfarchiadau lu. Many congratulations. Thank you very much.
Prynawn da chi gyd. Good afternoon, everyone. We now come to the part of the ceremony which welcomes distinguished people who have previously sat in your seat, our alumni speakers. Today's alumni speaker is Professor Christopher Wood. Chris is a proud Cardiff School of Medicine graduate. Cardiff born and educated, Chris began his professional career as a surgeon. He then went on to become a surgical oncologist at the Royal Postgraduate Medical School and consultant surgeon at Hammersmith Hospital. He is a Fellow of the Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh and has been elected a Fellow of the Learned Society of Wales for his contributions to medicine. In 2020, he was granted the Freedom of the City of London for his achievements in medicine and the arts, and a Lifetime Achievement Award for the Scottish Life Science Association. Following his surgical career, he has enjoyed success in the biotechnology sector, having founded, managed and successfully exited numerous companies. Professor Wood is also a highly respected composer, having composed high-profile pieces for, amongst others, the royal family. We are fortunate to have Chris with us today to share some congratulatory words with you. Please welcome Professor Chris Wood. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prynawn da. Biochemists, yes? The smartest people in science, absolutely the smartest people in science. And you were almost as exuberant and as joyful as the medical students who came along this red carpet this morning. But congratulations on graduating today. It's a very, very important day for you. I want you to remember it. Now, the university is not kicking you out today. They're giving you a kickstart in your career. They're propelling you into a profession in which you have the chance to change the face of medicine. You can make new developments, new improvements in science, and we'll be looking to you in the future to make those changes. Now, you've worked hard, and I hope you've played hard in the last 3 years, because that's a rite of passage for university. But I want you to tell me about that over a pint later on today. Congratulations on graduating today. A real success story. Now, I'm at the end of my career, and you're at the beginning of yours. You're just starting yours. But the advantage of having a long career is I can look back and I can look at the things I've done that are successes, the lives I've changed, the people I've healed, the good that I've done, because that's what lies ahead of you, and I'm excited for you, because you will change science and medicine in the future. Be assured of that. Some years ago, biochemists in Birmingham, Alabama, were developing a nucleoside analog, and in vitro testing had showed it to be quite a potent anti-cancer agent. But they didn't know how to make the transformation from the chemist's bench to the bedside. And they struggled for quite a long time getting that done. But I was lucky enough to be able to take that drug and take it into patients and finally get it approved. But there is a moment in the development of that drug which is quite pivotal, and it goes back to what the biochemists did right in the early days. We were developing it as a drug for colon cancer. But a young girl of 13 years of age came into the cancer center in Houston, Texas, with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. It was refractory to all treatment. Her bone marrow transplant had failed. And the parents were told by the medics that she had 6 to 8 weeks left to live, and that they should take her home and enjoy the last few weeks that they had with her. The parents, to their eternal credit, said, no, there must be something that you've got, some new investigational agent. All they had was the drug that the biochemists in Birmingham, Alabama had developed, hadn't yet gone into patients. We didn't know the dose, we didn't know what the side effects were, we didn't know the pediatric dose. But the parents said, give that to our child. The girl got a week's course of that drug, went into complete remission, and my wife and I met her when she graduated from college. Now that's the sort of thing that you will be doing in the future. But that link between what you do in the bench and what we do at the bedside was made very real to me just a few years ago by a good friend of mine, Professor Chris McGuigan, who sadly died too early. He was Professor of Medicinal Chemistry here and a great friend. He had developed many, many new drugs, but not once had he seen a patient or met a patient that had received a drug that he had developed. But his team of biochemists worked on a particular drug which was very effective as a cancer agent. And I had the pleasure of introducing Chris McGuigan to the patient. It was a 50-year-old man who had metastatic abdominal cancer. The treatment was refractory, nothing was responding, and the cancer was growing very rapidly. We put him on the drug that Chris McGuigan and the biochemist team here had developed, and within 3 months that tumor had shrunk by 68%. Patient went back to work. I introduced him to Chris McGuigan. The patient was in the bed. Chris was standing at the bedside. They stared at each other for a while. The patient then put out his hand and shook hands with Chris and said, "Thank you for giving me my life back." That's the sort of achievement you will be getting in the future. That's what you can do by changing the face of medicine. We'll be looking to you to do that. Now, the future is yours. Before you are countless opportunities. You've heard my stories. I want to come back in 20 years' time for a reunion with you and I want to hear your stories. I want to meet the people who are Nobel Prize winners, who are presidents of the Biochemistry Society, entrepreneurs who've developed new drugs. That's you. I want to meet you back here in 20 years' time. Remember me, 20 years' time. Invite me back, because I want to hear your stories. But the university has given you the best possible chance, the best possible start. Go from this place. Do great things in your chosen profession, and make us proud of you. I wish you every success.
Thank you very much indeed, Christopher, and I'm sure his inspiring words have reminded you about why you embarked on this long course of study in the first place. And I can promise you that you will never forget your red carpet moment here today. It will live with you for the rest of your life as a memory of the culmination of your achievement. So congratulations to you all. You are now part of the Cardiff University alumni community of over 210,000 students. Cardiff alumni are great global citizens. Some are activists with high profiles. Others are quiet, well-informed contributors to their communities. And Cardiff will have given you more than just a degree. You've been encouraged to ask questions, challenge conventional wisdom, and you've shown willingness, determination, and spirited academic inquiry, which are the real hallmarks of a Cardiff University graduate. The Welsh word hiraeth is made for moments like this. It conveys a sense of place, of love, of longing, of memories. We hope you will keep hiraeth in your hearts for Cardiff University. And before we close the ceremony, there is a last Cardiff University tradition to uphold. While today is all about your achievement, it's not something you've done on your own. You have been supported by your family, your friends, and by the staff of your department throughout your degree. So can I ask the new graduates to stand? Everyone in the hall made a lot of noise for you. Now it is your turn to make even more noise to say thank you to all of them. Please stand. I think they've got the message. Now, to close our celebration, here is a film welcoming you to our Cardiff University alumni family. I hope you enjoy it, and at the end of the film, please can you stand as the platform party leaves and our ceremony draws to a close. And thank you again for joining us once again. And once again, congratulations. Diolch yn fawr.
Take a look around you. Be welwch chi. What do you see? Class of 2023. Today we take stock of everything we've achieved and say thank you to those who always believed. So scroll through memories, cymryd selfies gyda'r besties, and stand up straight for the photographer. Say cheers. Today we remember how we got this far. The late nights and bright lights, and moments we didn't do as well as we might. Pob dyddiad cau, dyfel barhau, o weithio'n galed i'r darllediadau. Today we're rewarded for all the hard work that started way back with the first steps we took. Dropped at Talabont, yng Nghennydd, Aberdare, Aberconwy, I ganol y freshers, heb wybod lle I fynd, heb nabod bob un, nes canfod ffrindiau oes yn neidiau bob cytun. First dates.
Soulmates.
I'm gonna start crying at this rate. Today we're part of something that's hard to describe. The new class of an old tribe. A tradition that'll be there our whole lives, a network that continues to help us thrive. Years from now, we'll see someone with a badge on their tie, or hear people on a bus shouting,
"Choose drive."
And we'll remember where we came from, where we came into our own, where we made our mark. Canfod Cardiff, where we found a home. Today we make noise like it's the varsity game, and count ourselves lucky we found people with the same interests, hobbies, bydd o hiwmod nes bod ni'n folly. People who tried to shelter us with broken brollies. People who helped us find our limits and push them out the way. People who helped us get to this point.
On this day.
Today is a day we mark everything we've shared. A day we tell people just how much we cared, that they were always there, even when they couldn't be. Roedden ni'n gwybod y deiau eto high lyfryn for all the long hours we've had to put in. We still had those nights that went right through till dawn, and days we dug deeper than ever before. So here's to those late night revisers and early risers, to sunny days that passed by in View Park, to that special someone who gave us that special spark and helped us to grow, to transform, to dream. Today's for that someone we're proud to have at in team. What happens tomorrow is whatever you choose. Go make news or break news, but absolutely refuse to be told that can't be done, because we've only just begun to make records and break records and make history and break history and say,
this is the world I want to see.
10,
20,
30,
40.
years from now, you'll look back on today and realise you've been by your side the whole way. But right now, right here, let's savour the moment and say, camgymeriadau, congratulations. Let's get the celebrations underway. Take a moment. Look around you. Be welwch chi. What do you see? We're Cardiff University. Croeso, welcome to your alumni community.